Alright, everyone, and welcome back to another match of Dynascape's Intermediate Cup. Today, we are going to be seeing Indomni face off against Pokken in the winner's bracket, round of 16. In the commentary booth, it is going to be Nightcore. Joining me is going to be Epic Man 2. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I just finished listening to some new album from some dubstep artists called Paper Skies. It's a really good album, honestly. Good personality. Anyway, today we're going to be watching the next match in this tournament, which is going to be Indomie versus Pokken Cog. Don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah.
I think it actually. Okay, now I just realized it. I think it's a combination of all three names in that team. Poketone with the start of it, Kenko as well with the Kenko as well, and then KHGBK. I don't know what the rest of it is. It's a combination of all three names, and Indomni is going to be the name of that team because all the players are from Indonesia. Cool fun fact for you.
Yeah, you're literally so good at like pointing out the details that I can't point out.
Team lore. You did team lore.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting match today, as this is going to be a chance for either team to punch their way into the winners bracket quarterfinals. Meanwhile, the loser will be going down to. The loser will be going down to play in the round of 16 conditional against, if I am correct here, it is going to be against the winner of is qualifying duel and for Public Enemy number 39 in the losers bracket, where they will play the conditional this week. So stay tuned for that whenever it happens. So I'm pretty sure we only have time for one warm-up right now, as there was a slight delay, but again, nothing really too out the ordinary. This stuff happens, like always.
Yeah, so, pretty much.
Yep. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this next hour.
Or actually, no, wait. Don't we have like 2 warm-ups?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I actually have no idea right now. Like, I was told that there was a slight delay, so only one would be streamed. But
and something happened with the skin. Oh god.
Yeah, it seems that we are having an unfortunate skin issue right now.
Skill issue. Oh, wait, did I mishear it? I'm trying my hardest not to laugh out loud on stream. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we are going to have to go into a small bit of technical difficulties, but that does give us time to talk about both teams. So, Pokken have managed to snag the win off Grog Shakers in the round of 32 last week with with a fairly close tiebreaker. If I do remember correctly, that was the match where Pokken were just rolling all their picks, protects, and bans, which was kind of funny,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Which did kind of backfire a small bit as it did come into a close match in the tiebreaker again, but they were able to snag the victory. Meanwhile, for Indomie, they have managed to get a 2-1 victory against. For further inquiries, please contact our manager. Fun fact, the manager is actually Sunny.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, next week then, if they do whatever team does snag that ticket into the winners bracket quarterfinals, they will be facing the winner of Dynaescape Loves French People versus the Swaggers, and the loser then they will be going. The loser of that match actually will be going off against the winner of Bang Your Name versus Fortnite Lola Club in the losers bracket conditionals, where then if they do win that, they will be facing off the loser of actually, there's too much bracket lore for complexity. I might give it a pass on it. So, as we are here, do you have any predictions for this match? How do you think it's going to go? Do you think we're going to make it to tiebreaker? Do you think a couple of breakpoints, maybe a sweep? What are your opinions on it?
For me, I'm not sure yet, because I just came out of doing some other things. I've yet to make a proper analysis for all the teams for this match, but obviously there are some familiar faces that I recognize in the tournament as it stands. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that as we progress through the match and the stream for that matter, I'll be able to form some proper predictions on this then. So yeah. Apologies.
Yeah, that is honestly fair enough. I can't really say too much about who I do know or not. I do know the Pokken team, especially I do know Zerdy and Poketone a lot more, as last time they were well known for their LN capabilities. Kengo as
Yeah.
well, fairly known as well, being a fairly good Rice player. Along that, I didn't really see him play as much LN if I do remember correctly, but other than that, that's kind of all I know about the team standing right now. As I did manage to achieve some very solid scores in the round of 32 as well. Poketown also being very capable of Rice consistency, scoring a 99.8 on Rice 1 from last time on the jump stream pick. So, it's kind of now up to what they decide whether they're going to pick, protect, or ban. Oh, and actually, I do think with the technical difficulties, we unfortunately have skipped the warm-ups, which we did get into the roles, which is going to be Indomni winning the role, which they will be getting the first protect or ban, 25-6.
Yeah.
So they are actually going to resort to the first ban, which is going to be fairly interesting. So for Pokken's option, I do know Pokken are fairly solid LN team. Also, Indomni being also another fairly solid LN team as well. And I was fairly right with them picking for protecting one of the LNs. They're going to be protecting LN2, which is going to be Togashi, which is going to be the LN density oriented pick. Meanwhile, for Indomni's protect, I can't really say. It's completely random more for me. But anything is on the board. Honestly, I think it's just going to be something that they're more comfortable with, and maybe they can probably capitalize off that.
Yeah.
So it does look like they are going to be protecting Hybrid 2. More the pure hybrids, kind of more 50-50 Rice LN, but fairly technical as well. So now they are going to resort to ban LN1, which is going to be the release-oriented LN map. Honestly, it is a fairly reasonable ban, as usually the LN1 picks in this tournament right now are usually well thrown down.
Yeah.
And it does look like Pokken are going to resort to be banning Rice 5, which is going to be Undiscovered Covers. Fairly technical pick as well. Bit of mixed Rice. seems that Indomni aren't really happy about that. Maybe we could see some potential Rice picks off that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Out based on the results from the last match that the two teams have had, it would appear that like Indomie is like really strong when it comes to hybrids, especially with their protect from last match, which was Be With You Hybrid 2. So to think that they protected and banned like basically the same sort of slotted maps as from the last pool, it sort of does make sense, and not sure exactly like what there is to expect, but most likely there is a good potential that like they could this is the maps in their advantage and disadvantage, which the other team has to make use of, especially because this team is like rather rounded, etc. Like they can do really well with the Rice picks, they can do well on like some of the more conventional Rice picks, namely like the jump stream pick and probably the speed pick as well. Whereas Pokengo is like more of a. However, Pokengo has like an advantage over the more technical picks in the pool, given that the team has gotten the top score on that missing week from the last match.
Yep, you were saying. Yep. Kind of did say. So we are now jumping into the first pick, which is going to be I'm not going to pronounce it, but it's going to be the jump stream broken hand stream pick.
Ushina Hareru Runazuki.
Yep, which is going to be Rice 1. So we're going to get into it now. You know, everyone having fairly similar accuracy. Azrael kind of falling a bit behind to 99.5. Slight rough start, but you know, I'm pretty sure they will be able to catch up.
Yep.
Later half.
Not to mention, the score is like relatively close. Like it's less than about 3,000 points, while Pokengo is like making waves with this one, which is quite interesting. Especially considering that this is like a bit not so conventional for a jump stream pick. That's obviously on the easier side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'm actually surprised that like this map is in the map pool, because like it's been like years since I've last seen this when it initially got ranked. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see this, you know?
Yeah, it's a fairly old map. I do remember playing it ages ago. As you did say, the difficulty is fairly consistent, but then when you get to the end, when it becomes a lot denser, you might see a couple of accuracy differences. It's already holding on to the highest accuracy right now during this break section with the 99.79. See, even on a map like this and how consistent both teams are, you gotta watch out for those grades as well. As even with that rough start from Azrael near the start, they have still not yet to recovered from kind of more the closest score lead. The score does slightly widen a bit as people on Pokken did kind of climb back up with their accuracy. But well, don't blame me. Blame this ending when it comes up next. We might see we might see a change. And here we go.
Yeah.
Going into the final quarter of the map. Not getting that through well. I do remember it caught a couple of players out from some other matches.
Yep. We've only like the last quarter of the map left, the back end of the chart. It seems that Pokengo is like in the lead still. So the only like opportunity for this favor of the map of this pick to fall into Indubi's favor would be if the two players on Pokengo's side were to like have some sort of to chart, considering how close the point difference is and everything. And it seems that they've pretty much won. The first point of this match will be going to Pokengo. Relatively good scores from everyone. Azurti maintaining the best accuracy in the pool, and relatively yeah.
Yeah, good job to everyone. That was a very good performance as well. Holding on
Sure.
to that four-way full combo. Unfortunately, there were
That's
no
for
V1
sure.
double S's. Bugatown taking the MVP with the 992. Azerty and Nikwin not too far behind that 991. But
Yeah.
again, but that's kind of what you have to watch out for, especially for jumpsuit consistency picks. Like you can still perform your best, but the other team might just have a bit of an accuracy advantage. Which again you have to watch out, especially from that start with Azrael with that rough start. That
And it seems that immediately Pokengo is going to be picking Ellen Free, which is Relay User, backed by Ballistic. Quite
Yep.
interesting. I believe this is the wildcard pick. This is the wildcard LN of this pool. I think it was a custom as well. Yeah.
Yep, you are correct. This is a custom, and it is going to be the hybrid, and not hybrid. It's going to be the wildcard pick. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
Pokemon could definitely strive off that map, especially after taking that break point from Indomni as well, which could potentially give them that 2-0 lead. But we have seen double break points in this, so you know anything can happen really.
Yeah. And as we start, it seems that the score is going to be flickering back and forth, like first thing into the map. And it seems that Pokengo has a slight lead now by less than 1,000 points. As their team maintaining the best accuracy so far with a 99.85. And it seems that Indomie has had a rough start in this map because as seen as Azrael has the lowest accuracy so far, with Nikwin not falling too much in front. However, things can change in like later on in the match, so yeah.
Yep, you were saying it. As we do get through the first quarter of the map, it definitely seems that Pokemon are more comfortable with this type of pick. I guess that is kind of more what they did protected. I definitely would have thought that LN3 would have been a good map for them to capitalize on, especially with a point like this. Again, the point difference isn't really that far with the 4K point difference, but again, it is going to be Pokemon with a higher accuracy at the end of the day. Azrael kind of struggling on some of these releases as well. I do see a couple of grades dropping from there. Enquin as well, unfortunately, not as consistent catching back up to Poketone as well. But meanwhile, just look at Azerty. It kind of maintained that comfortable 99.7 as well.
Yeah. I can definitely see why the Pokengo would have went for this pick, and it seems that Nikwin is going to be taking a miss, and their accuracy dropping a bit more, which is quite dangerous for Indomie, considering the current state of the map. We're only like halfway into the map or so. So they really need to like sort of maintain accuracy considering how big the score is.
That miss is definitely gonna make the score gap widen, as now it is a 16,000 point gap difference.
17,000.
But yep. But now we are gonna approach the final corner map, which is a fairly bit denser, as it does kind of speed up a bit with the releases. Which again, every player has to kind of be on their A game if they don't want to drop any substantial act. But will Indomie have some time to catch up? We will probably find out near the end. But looking at Pokemon's consistency right now, Poketown kind of dropping a couple of 200s on those releases, especially on those stagger LNs. Gotta be a bit careful with them. But Azerty holding on to that 99.74. They've been very consistent this as well.
Quite an insane score, I'd say, if I say so myself. I don't even think I'll be able to like act this very well, considering my skill issue with LNs. And it's damn. And it seems that the next point is going to be going to Pokengo. The Ellen, as they have snuck in 2 points from both a jump stream map and the wildcard LN map. So obviously this may. So as it stands now, this team may be posing a threat, considering the similarities in the seeding.
200s from Azerty, showing their dominance on these types of maps, showing that they're not a joke to mess around with when it comes to LN in general. Pokétone also putting up a very solid score as well, with only those 12 greats as well. But again, at the end of the day, I definitely do think it is going to be the stronger team, which is going to be Pokken snagging that LN point for that. Well, stronger LN team. We still haven't really seen what Indomie are capable of yet in more of the technical race. So, judging off by the performance, it could be a potential pick as their overall better performance in some of the rice picks compared to Pokken. Maybe not for the technical picks, maybe for some of the stream picks as well. They could potentially try their luck with Rice 2 or Rice 3, but it's just up to. But anything's still on the board. Whatever they're comfortable with, they'll just pick.
I feel like if Indomie wants to try and like bring some points back, they should definitely like try and pull out some of the hybrid maps, considering their score on Be With You, which was the Allen bias hybrid of the last round. However, I feel like their strength mostly relies on this, and it seems that we're going to be going into a technical pick already. Yeah.
This is going to be Rice 3.
Rice 3, yeah. Rice 3.
So, this is going to be, as he did say, a fairly technical pick. It is going to be more of the stream technical pick, having a bit of dump in it. Pokétone, unfortunately, finding that early drop near the start. This is a fairly tricky map to act as well. Actually, is that both full combos gone from Pokken already? As I do see the combo difference as well between
them. Yeah. Oh.
But if there's any chance to miss in this map, it would probably be near the start.
Yeah, that is fatal, actually.
Yeah.
Then again, it's like still really early into the map. We're already halfway through the map, actually, which is quite surprising. Indomie holding immensely great accuracy on the rice corners of this map, in 16,000 points in the lead. They appear to be doing really well with these rather staircase sort of pairings. So, yeah, this is not something that you'd want to see.
Yeah, this is not an easy map.
Yeah.
It's not an easy map by any means. Especially now, it is definitely a tough map to act. I did see a couple of accuracy drops on those flams as well. Like, as you do kind of transition back into the ending, where it does slow down sort of a bit, but again, we are kind of approaching now into it. And I don't think there's going to be enough time for Pokken to catch up. And then we're going to capitalize off this pick, which is going to give them their first point.
And as it stands, Indomie will be taking their first point of the match on the third pick, with Rice 3, one of the more technical picks of the pool. So, well done to every team. I guess now it seems that we're going to be seeing what Pokken has up next, and it seems that immediately they're going for LN2, which is going to be Togakushi. Matched by Stupid Man. I think I'm saying it right. Stupid Man or Stupid Man?
I don't know. But it does look like they are going to be jumping into their Protect, which is fairly reasonable for at this point of the map.
Yeah.
So I feel like, again, Pokken can definitely capitalize off this, as they're fairly strong at kind of density picks, especially looking at their qualifier performance for Rabbit Hole, as they managed to come 5th overall. Could have a chance again. Could have a good chance against Indomie on this. But clocking in a 1:55 and only 6.5, combo breaks are going to be extremely crucial to look out for. Especially that is fairly lenient to break. So any of these like pure misses might be a bit hard to catch up on.
Yep. I guess now we don't really have much else to do apart from seeing who will be able to skadoosh this point. for their team. And as it stands so far, Pokengo is going to be taking this lead early into the map, only one quarter in nearly. Poketoin and Azerte holding immensely great accuracy, which is like really dangerous for Indomie, as you can see here. Both players maintaining 99.80% accuracy.
Yep.
Yeah. And already it seems that they're about like 10,000 points ahead. They are showing no signs of messing over so far, as they've remained like really consistent throughout this pick so far, which is already really dangerous for Indomie as it stands.
Yep, as we did see from the front hand of the map, it definitely seems that both teams are fairly comfortable with this pick, holding on to that fairly high accuracy as well. But Pokken, again, holding on to that near double 99.8 throughout the front hand of the map, as we do get into the final quarter of the map. It seems like, as you did say, there's no stopping. Well, there's